Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, check this out. My dual boot phone, I'm holding my OnePlus 9R, and as you can see, it's running Evolution X. It's a great ROM, super stable, and I've been using it as my daily driver. But I felt like pushing this hardware a bit further today. So, watch what happens when I just give it a quick restart. Boom. Just like that, we aren't on Evolution X anymore. We are officially rocking crDroid. Now, before you ask, no, I didn't sit here for an hour wiping my data and reflashing everything. I'm actually using the DSU Sideloader method, which is honestly a game changer. It's basically like having two different souls in one body. I can jump from one ROM to another without losing a single file. But the real reason I switched over to crDroid for this video isn't just the UI, it's the raw performance, especially when it comes to gaming. If you're a heavy gamer, you're going to want to see this. I know a lot of you have been asking, can we actually get stable high frame rates on a custom ROM? Well, I decided to put it to the test. I fired up the game, and I went straight into the graphics settings. And guys, look at this. We have smooth plus 120 FPS unlocked. Not just 90, but a full 120 extreme plus option. I even enabled the extra smooth profile just to see how far we could push the optimization. Seeing those options pop up on a device like this, it's a different kind of feeling. But look, I know what you're thinking. Software settings are one thing, but does it actually hold up in a real match? That's why I didn't just show you the menu. I jumped into a game and kept the FPS meter running the entire time. You can see it right there in the corner. It's hovering at a rock-solid 119 to 121 frames per second. It's not just marketing numbers. The gameplay is buttery smooth. No stutters, no major drops, even when things get intense on screen. It honestly feels like I'm playing on a high-end gaming rig, but it's just my phone. Now, here is the coolest part. Usually, when you flash a ROM, you're stuck there until you wipe everything again. But check out this notification in the status bar. It says Dynamic System. If I just tap Restart right here, it shuts down crDroid, and within seconds, look at the screen. We are right back in Evolution X. All my apps are there. My wallpaper is there. Nothing was deleted. It's like having a gaming mode that's actually a whole different operating system. Alright, let's get into the installation phase. Let's take a look at what I'm currently running. This is Evolution X. It's one of my personal favorites because it brings that clean, pixel-like experience but packs it with a mountain of customization options. As I scroll through the menus here, you can see how fluid the animations are. Everything feels snappy, the battery life has been solid, and the overall aesthetic is just top-notch. But as tech enthusiasts, we always want to see what else is out there, right? That's why we're going to move over to crDroid. It's another legendary ROM known for being incredibly lightweight and fast. For that, you'll first need some apps. You'll find links to all of these apps in the description. And first thing app called Treble Info. Open it up and it'll tell you immediately if your device is supported. Look for generic system image found. If you see that green check mark, you're good to go. Next, open up DSU Sideloader. The app will guide you through setting up a storage folder. I usually just create a new one called DSU to keep things tidy. Once that's set, you select the ROM file you downloaded. You'll need to set the user data size. I recommend at least 10 gigabytes so you have room for apps and cache. Now, hit that install button. The app will start extracting the image and preparing the virtual disk. This is the most critical part, so don't close the app or let the screen turn off. It's basically carving out a little home for our new OS inside your phone's memory. Now, since we aren't using a PC, we need to give the system permission to boot this new image. This is where wireless debugging comes in. Head into your developer options in settings, turn on wireless debugging, and grab your pairing code. We're going to use aShell to talk to the system. It sounds technical, but you're just copying a command from DSU Sideloader and pasting it into the shell. Once you hit enter, the phone will recognize the new dynamic system. You'll see a notification pop up that says, "Dynamic system is ready." This is the aha moment. This is the part where everyone gets a little nervous, the reboot. Tap on restart in the notification. Your phone will turn off, show the bootloader warning, and then, if we did everything right, we should see the crDroid logo. And there it is, the blue eye of crDroid. The first boot usually takes a minute or two because it's setting up the system for the first time. Once it boots up, you'll be greeted with the setup screen. It's like having a brand new phone all over again. You can see the UI is clean, and even the default wallpaper gives it a fresh vibe. So, there you have it. We just swapped from Evolution X to crDroid without ever touching a USB cable or a computer. We can now go back into our settings and verify the version. Look at that. crDroid version 12.0-beta. The best part? If you ever want to go back to your original OS, you just restart the phone and discard the dynamic system. It's zero risk and all the reward. I've been using this method for a while now, and it's a total game changer for testing GSEs. If you found this helpful, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear which ROM you're planning to try first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.